It is okay to just be sad. It is okay to just be angry. It is okay to feel these emotions that we deem negative. You're supposed to feel them. And since starting my spiritual journey, what I've noticed with a lot of the mainstream spirituality is that toxic positivity is running a rampage in the community. And I really wanted to let it be known that I'm not positive all the time. You're not positive. No human being can be positive all the time. We are humans for a reason. We are meant to experience all of these emotions, not suppress them. Because how are we ever going to value happiness if we didn't experience sadness? And I personally experienced the transition from happiness to sadness this week. And with practicing my mindfulness, I was able to catch myself throughout each phase and really bask in the presence of each and let that emotion just be. Not overthink, not make up scenarios, just feel the emotion as what it is, just a pure emotion. And I feel like that is very important because suppression does nothing but lead to stress, and stress and creativity cannot coexist. But before I continue talking about that, I am going to start setting up my paint and getting that ready because I want to finish this painting today. So let me get these colors together. What I'm gonna do is go over, because as you can see, you can still see like the canvas in the back, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna touch up all these colors, and then I'm gonna touch up the background one last time. I probably should have like pre-mixed these colors. One thing I do struggle with is making the right amount of paint. Either I make too much or I make too little. But I'm kind of getting better at remixing the same colors. So I think I'll be okay for today. So the beginning of this week, I was still on a high. I was so happy. And that's because I just hit 1,000 subscribers. And I was still like basking in that. Like I was just so happy. And I was just letting that happiness be, you know? I let the happiness come. And it was amazing. But towards the middle of the week, I found myself being more neutral, and I was okay with that. I just was present. I continued to try to stay present as much as I could. I would catch myself whenever I start to overthink, and then towards the middle-ish end of the week, like maybe Thursday, is when my emotions just went down. I was very much in a sad, I don't know, what's that word? Where it's just like, you're kind of like sad, and I realized later that it's because I am getting ready to start my cycle. And I know that my emotions kind of get a little lower, kind of fluctuate a lot around this time. So I was just like, okay. And then my face started breaking out. So now I'm getting irritated and angry because I'm looking at myself like, why are you breaking out? Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you breaking out? I got videos to make, you know? I don't want breakouts on my face when I make videos. So I was just like annoyed with that, sad about who knows what. And with me being on my mindful journey, I just remembered like, okay, like this emotions is just energy in motion. Like just sit with it like you sat with your happiness. Don't overanalyze. Don't make scenarios in your head as to why you're angry, or make a scenario to make you even more angry or make you more sad. Just be, let it be. And so every time I would feel sad, I would just do breath work to make sure I stayed present in it and not let my mind wander and to make up a scenario on why I was sad, because honestly I didn't have a reason why I was sad. The emotion was just there. And I know that it can be hard for people to sit with their emotions, even happiness. Some people think that they don't deserve to even enjoy happiness because in their head they're like, there are so many people who aren't happy right now, who aren't able to be in as privileged as I am, so I shouldn't be happy, which is just as bad as saying Why are you upset and angry? You're privileged. You have everything. You shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't be sad. Like, look at everything you have. Most people don't have what you have. And that's such a horrible mindset to that you will let play in your head and make you feel even worse than just simply having that emotion. Sometimes we put ourselves in a deeper hole of the emotions that we have because we don't just sit with them as is, just as the emotion, not as a thought, but just as the emotion. And toxic positivity can make you think that you don't deserve to be sad because you have everything that you need. You are very privileged, so why would you be sad? You should be suppressing that emotion. It could be that way, or it could be simply that you don't want people to see you when you're sad, when you're angry, when your emotions are more on the negative side. You only want to present yourself when you're happy, so you put these thoughts into your head that you need to snap out of it or like drop it and let it go. And you're not letting it go when you think those things. When you tell yourself let it go, you're not letting it go because you're not experiencing and letting that emotion pass through you. Like I stated, they say emotions are energy in motion. And how I like to look at it is like, imagine that every single emotion out there is a spirit, okay? And a spirit, energy, however you want to perceive it, and they go through people. That happy energy comes to you, and now you're happy. And you're just happy, you're dancing around, you do whatever you do when you're happy, smiling, having fun, laughing with friends. But eventually that spirit has to leave. That spirit has to go, and it leaves your body. Now you're back to neutral. But you enjoyed it while it was there, because this too shall pass. Every single spirit or emotional energy passes through you. It doesn't stay. It's not permanent. You can't be happy forever, just like you can't be sad forever. It's going to come and it's going to go. Now, you can make yourself be sad by your thoughts and making scenarios and basking in it. You can make yourself hold on to things longer than they should be by simply your mind overacting, overreacting, or like making up scenarios or replaying the past and getting more and more angry that someone did this to you, or you didn't say the right thing, or even with embarrassing stuff. Like, you play the same thing like when you failed that time when you were a kid. As soon as you lay your head down and go to sleep, you're a 30-year-old woman still thinking about that time you failed when you were like 12. So all of that to say, like, it is okay to be sad. It is okay to experience all this. The whole point of having this emotion and having these emotions that you deem negative is so you can enjoy the emotions that you deem positive. And I don't want you guys to think that I am just some overly happy all the time person, because I'm not. I just realized, like, on my journey that it is okay to experience your emotions as is. So when I am happy, I'm on here and I'm happy. What I do know is that when it comes to toxic positivity and how that can really harm you as a creative being, that's why it's so important to not suppress your emotions, because all toxic positivity is you suppressing your negative emotions inside and trying to mask it with happiness, trying to mask it with positiveness. And that is not okay. Just like the same is not okay for you to have these negative emotions and you bask in those negative emotions by overanalyzing, by playing scenarios back to back to back to back to make you more angry, to make you more sad. That does nothing but causes stress, because you're building that up. You're not letting that energy go because you're suppressing it. You're keeping it inside. You're not addressing it or feeling it as what it is, an emotion that is not you. You are not your emotions. Emotion is separate from you. It is just something that you experience, that you feel, that comes and goes. So when you are suppressing these emotions that aren't even supposed to be a part of you, you harbor on that and you are building up stress. Stress and creativity cannot coexist. When you are stressed, there is no creative flow in you. Because creativity is also an energy that you feel. It may come sometimes and it may go sometimes, but it's the same thing. And so when you are suppressing these emotions that you're having, it does nothing for you creatively. That's why it's really important. And honestly, we're all creatives. All humans are creative beings. We are creative in some fashion, in some way. And when I say like it kills creativity, I don't mean in the sense of painting. I don't mean in the sense of a specific art, you know? I mean in general, creativity in general. Creativity with the way you express your creativity with friends and family, how you interact with them, how you go to work, how you move around life. That is creativity. What you find, the joy that you find in like communicating with your loved ones, and the fun activities that you like to do with yourself, how you move around at work, and how you are able to problem solve and get things done. And that is creativity. You know, it's not just painting. Painting is not the only type of creativity. So when I say that it kills creativity, I mean in essence it's killing you. In a sense, you're suppressing yourself. You're not being your full self. You're not being your full potential, because you think that you can only show up one way. You think that you're meant to only be positive, when that is not true. You were meant to experience every single emotion that comes to you. Experience it, let it flow through you, and let it go. All right, guys, this is her. I'm gonna call her Shape 2 in Roman numerals. Isn't she beautiful? I don't even know if I want to add the outline, because I feel like she eats just with the paint. Let me know what you think, because I usually do like, I'll insert Shape, the original, how it has like the black outline, and same with this one, how I did the outline, and it looks good. But I feel like for this one, it looks beautiful kind of as is. I don't know, I might decide, but let me know what you think so far, if I should continue or if I should just keep it as is. I have another announcement too, actually, and I'm excited to announce it. Me and my sister are starting a spiritual podcast here on YouTube, as well as other podcast platforms. Starting off, it's not going to be a video podcast form. It's literally going to be audio. So I'm going to slap like visuals on top of like the YouTube videos for our podcast. But I will leave the link down below for you guys to subscribe if you think you'll be interested. The name of our podcast is going to be Soulful Source. So I'm really excited to start with her, because me and her will get on the phone and talk for an entire hour on one topic about our spiritual journey, and just like piggyback and like add value to our thoughts. And we always end the conversation like, wow, that's amazing. And then one day we were like, man, we should start a podcast. So that's what we're doing. I'm excited. It's going to be nice little flow. So if you're interested, Soulful Source, it'll be down below, and subscribe. Yeah. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.